Alright everyone, welcome back to another one. I have several more to go. A couple of them I'm probably not going to do a teardown, walkthrough, or demo on. Simply because they use, hate to say it, but flip and duplication glitches to render the aesthetic. Don't think that's right to be showing y'all. Showing you all here. But without further ado, we're going to take a look at Pale Reaper. This is a Class B ship, but the light little speedy thing. So, go take a look at this thing. I haven't been on this ship in a couple of days, so I might not remember where to go or where the habs are.
We're asking everyone to take care of any leeches on their ships. We don't want any Terramore storming through here. Anything I can help you with?
Yes, let's view my ship here. Alright, here it goes. Pale Reaper. Now it uses the usual set of weapons here, because I haven't found anything that compares to 6 Vanguard Obliterator auto projectors or PBO 175 auto Helion beams and 3 of the 95 megavolt. No, I haven't found anything that compares to the damage output of them at all. But I like the aesthetic. I built it and I was totally taken aback by it. It's almost like a crow, but a bloody crow or something like that, you know. I just thought this was awesome. Alright. Now remember, there are no duplication or flip glitches in this build at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the weapons here. Take those 3 off for now. I should have kind of, well, I should have exploded this out for y'all earlier. Alright, so where's the other? I had 2 there. Where's the other 2? Should be 6. I'm missing 2 somewhere. I'll find them. No big deal. Throw these over here. I do have 4 PBO 175s right here. Alright. I hope I can find the other 2 obliterators. If I didn't put them back on here. Oh, yep, there they are. Underneath this wing here. And here. Cool. That's a lot of weapons for a single ship, right? Alright. Let's see here. Well, you know what? We're just gonna go. Should do this in every video. Go bottom to top, but I usually put landing gears on like next to dead last. That's just me. I like to build my entire aesthetic first. You guys don't have to do that, but you know, habs first, then the cosmetics or structural, and then I do my landing gear. But that's just me. Alright, so for hab breakdown, top is the Hope Tech Engineering Bay 3x1. This is all Hope Tech, mind you. It had to go with the whole black and red and Pale Reaper, you know, had to go with the dark Hope Tech. You know, almost like a Crimson Fleet kind of ship. Anyway, Engineering Bay 3x1 to a companionway 1x1. Now, Nova Cross Passage. Alright. I did these because, look, they're 4 mass. The Hope Tech Hab cross braces are 14 mass. Now, a little too big if you want to, 100 mobility and next to no cargo. So we have a Nova cross passage coming from the Hope Tech companionway out to Science Lab. On the opposite side, another Nova cross passage going to a Hope Tech Armory 2x1. Now, the top 3 engines are behind the Hope Tech Armory White Dwarf 3015 engines. I mean, they may not be best, but these things can move, as you'll see. Now, Nova cross passage to our Hope Tech companionway is another White Dwarf 3015. Through our passageway to our science lab behind that, another White Dwarf 3015 engine. Now for cosmetics, they're pretty much uniform for these 2 layers, right? So we have a Nova Cowling 1L, top 4, in the front of the science lab. In the front of the armory, we have a Magellan C1X cockpit. I know that seems weird, but it works. And it's different. I don't see any other builders, well, that I've seen out of like the 5. I've never seen them do this. But I thought it was cool. I was just letting the creative juices flow. Now, Deimos Wing A, starboard aft, and basically regular Wing A, starboard. These are easy because you can just hit Y and flip them starboard to port. It's the same thing on the other port side. Deimos Wing A port aft, Deimos Wing A port. And the engineering bay, Deimos Wing A port and Deimos Wing A starboard. I know it sounds almost like I'm saying Wing A or Wingy or Wing A. Anyway, on top of the companionway, we have a Vanguard bulwark shield. They use this a lot. It happens to not be as heavy as the others, and 1450 in sheep. Great. Alright, so acting like a sort of anchor, in addition to the cross passage, on each side we have Nova radiators between the 2x1 and the 3x1 on this level. I mean, if I took this out, it would kind of look bare. Or if I put another one of these here, I didn't like that look for me personally. And it really wouldn't cover the reactor very well. But to each their own. If you want to copy this, you can just mod it as you like. That's fine. Alright. The very front, Nova Cowling 2L top 4 in front of the engineering bay. And that concludes that level. I don't want to highlight the whole thing. I just want to... I think I clicked the button, the right bumper, a little too fast, and it double clicked it and it highlighted the whole ship instead of what I wanted it to. Top level done. Alright. Next level. Right. So we have a Hope Tech control station 2x1. Hope Tech workshop at the very back. Attached to the workshop is our very last White Dwarf 3015 engine. And to the back left and right, we have Panoptes, the Gamma 1020 cargo holds. So 320 and 320. Alright. Problem here that there's... Oh yeah, the only way to travel through all this is once you load in, you have to climb up and then go through all that up there. You'll see. Anyway, next to our, well, attached to either side of our workshop, our 104DS mag inertial reactor, Class B. And on the other side, Aurora 11G grav drive. I did that to keep it light, to get near or on the 100 mobility mark. Alright, on the other side of our 104 mag inertial reactor, we have Hope Tech Infirmary. Right? In the back of that, Hope Tech Nose B aft. Like, this is one of those that it's just a Hope Tech nose, but you can grab it, flip it, drop it on there. In front of the infirmary, another Nova Cowling 1L top 4. And then the Deimos Wing A port on the side, Deimos Wing A port aft on the side. Wing A's. Right? Now we go over to our Aurora 11G grav drive is. Next to that, Hope Tech Captain's Quarters. I think that should be on the top, not the bottom, but you can flip it as you like. In the back of that, Hope Tech Nose B aft. And in the front, Nova Cowling 1L top 4. And for the standard, to keep it uniform, Deimos Wing A starboard and Deimos Wing A starboard aft. Go ahead and select all of this. Oh yeah, in between Nova radiators. In between control station, infirmary, Nova radiator. Now this is the long one and has that odd cutout right here that you can't flip these either. So you're stuck with it looking like that. Alright, and between the control station and captain's quarters, another Nova radiator. Now before I go any further, or take this off yet, the Deimos Wing A starboard and port attached to the control station. There is Deimos Wing E starboard aft and Wing E port aft. Now, I'll select that later. Anyway, this, if I flip it the other way, it's starboard aft. Flip it this way, it's port aft. Right to left. If I hit for the variant, now it's Wing E port. Right? But the way I wanted the weapon situated went B aft. Port aft or port. Now port aft I always go for. This one's starboard aft. Flip the variant, starboard. Notice how it has that slight curve, so it's bigger in the back and it goes into a little shroud toward the front, but it exposes more of the weapon. And our little porthole on the front of our control station. This is just how I built it. Again, you might hate it the way it is. You can always just, tear it down, mod it how you want. That's the next level down. Oh yeah, underneath the control station, 100 centimeter ballast cargo hold, Nova Cowling 2L, bottom 4. Remember, we can take these cowlings and flip them. So TF, top 4, 2L, BF, bottom 4. And on this cowling in the front, and the equipment plate, or as you saw, this one on the bottom. So this one will sit right there. So mind you, this alone, if I want to put it here, has no anchor point. The anchor point is the ballastic cargo. So I dropped that there, right underneath the control station here. Now the cowling, with the equipment plate on it, has an attachment point. That's how I got that look, like a front beak. All right. Now, the very bottom here, we have a Hope Tech companionway, 1x1, with a Hope Tech or a Hope 4 landing bay attached to the front of it. Behind that, Hope Tech Nose B, aft. Now these two attached right there. Right? Don't forget our 100 DP slim docker from Deimos. It goes on the bottom. Anyway, to the left and right of the Hope 4 landing bay, Pinpoint 4G landing gear by Tayo with 400G HE3 tanks attached to either side. So all these are Pinpoint 4G landing gears. Now starboard and port, or to the left and right as you're looking at this, the back of those landing gears, again, 400G HE3 tank on both sides. Just one. One and one, two. Now the front Pinpoint 4G landing gears, right? For another cool aesthetic, Hope Tech thrusters on both sides. Now this was a pretty simple build. Wasn't anything crazy, but I just like the way it came out with the colors. Let's see, the way I started this, I did a control station first, then the workshop, right? This and this, I moved those over time, just because the grav drive and the reactor, just because I didn't like where they were sitting. I was trying to hide them and whatnot. So they initially ended up like up here, sometimes even back here. I like them here as an attachment point because these radiators were not here. I had Nova cross passages, attaching those. So I mean, there would be two ways to get to this part, the armory and the science lab. Instead of just going up a ladder, you could just, load in, go through the workshop, control station, through here to the infirmary, then up into the science lab. So I mean, there was another two different ways you could do that, but to try to hide things, I chose not to do that. I put the radiators in there. I mean, it may make it a bit more difficult to navigate for you. But to each their own. I mean, at that point, I would start with engineering bay. Right there. But I wouldn't just create a hab and then drop it. Right? I would look at like this square right here. Left trigger, right trigger, A. Then go to habs. Hope Tech. Engineering bay. See how it threw it back? Didn't like that. So I would go here. Left trigger, right trigger, A. Bring up the menu, go to habs. Hope Tech Engineering Bay. Boom, it's sitting right there. Drop it. Now looking at this little hatch right here in the back of Engineering Bay. Again, attachment method. Left trigger, right trigger, A. Go to Hope Tech Companionway. Drop it. That's how I attach my tabs. Right? So for workshop here, I would simply take this, drop the control station. That would be the very first hab. Back here, left trigger, right trigger, A. Go here, select workshop, boom, drop it. Same thing with the companionway here. I wouldn't just, you know, pull a companionway out and put it here. I would use that same method. You know, I don't just drag, drop, and flop, you know, tabs and put them anywhere. It's like where I would like the hatch to be or door to be, that's where I would, you know, try to create an attachment. You know, like let's say I didn't have a radiator here or a cross passage. Let's say I didn't have them. And I just smushed this together. The armory. I would try a point here. So left trigger, right trigger, A, armory, and it's pushing it back, right? Don't like that. Like, all right, maybe I can just come out of the engineering bay. Left trigger, right trigger, A. See how most of the, now captain's quarters, it'll try to shoot it out forward. So it's looking for a hatch or a door here. If I want to put a captain's quarters on this side and have it, you know, like there, I would have to use the companionway hatch or door. See? Each side is going to be different. Some of these will want to go out and back like you saw before. Captain's quarters is going to want to shoot out front. So if you're looking for it to be here, do this. You know what? Let's say you want the door there. Left trigger, right trigger, A. You want captain's quarters. It won't let you with the wing there, right? And even then, you probably don't want it there. You might want it attached to the companionway. Or you want something else to be there. Let's say living quarters. You want it coming out of the companionway. Now, that's where it would need to be, companionway, not attached to the engineering bay. Science lab will throw it backwards. It'll give you that door. Like each of these will want to do its own thing. But for example, if you wanted that, right? For armory, then click on it. Hit the right on the D-pad or whichever side you can cycle through them that you want right there coming from the engineering bay. Boom. Place the captain's quarters. No, I'm pretty finicky with that kind of thing, so that's the way I build them. Yeah, this is what I started with here. I didn't add the cargo until afterwards. Now that I'm thinking about it. I kept modifying it, trying to make it smaller, keep the 100 mobility, kind of jump up the cargo a little bit more. Alright, so there we go. But don't forget about the porthole. Need that. That drops on top. If I take this out, there's the Hope Tech landing bay, right? That landing bay is going to land us into the workshop. Because going down and looking at it, got a ladder up, right? It's not like the shipbed 200 where there's a hatch at the very back. And whatever hab or companionway you attach to the back, that's where you're going to load into. That's not how these work. Alright, so drop our engineering bay, flop. I'll take these two for now. Drop that on top. Now these two I would attach separately by themselves, right? And then try to figure out what habs I want to attach to them. Captain's quarters. An armory. Don't really like that too much. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this and change it. This was back here. Armory's here. Captain's quarters on the bottom. You know what? I'm gonna switch this to armory. This one I'm gonna drop back to, where are you? I'm cycling D-pad left for this one. Boom, drop to captain's quarters. Oh yeah, get this engine on the back of our companionway here. Radiator, science lab, wing A, port. Our engine, and our cowling. Good. Try to hide our reactor somewhat. I mean, it's not the best job of hiding it, but you know, at least it's covered. Boom. And there is our mouth. Right there. Mouth. Alright, so I'll go ahead and grab all these. That won't let me put them the way I want them. Back. Alright, I guess I can't do it that way. But here, right inside the mouth, that's one. Right inside that mouth, two. Oh, wait. There we go. These were here. This one is just going to take a seat right in the mouth, kind of like a tongue, or like it's spitting fire, you know? Even though it's spitting lasers, but it is what it is. Alright, now these... two, one here and here, on the cowling itself. I mean, it has 3 points here. I kind of wanted all 3 of them there, but it won't let me place it, so that kind of sucks. That sits right on top of the cockpit here. I think that's kind of cool. And grab these two. Hey, there we go. These both sit directly on the cowling here. And these last two were underneath here. Well, there we go. Yeah. These two PBOs, Vanguard Obliterator, auto projectors actually, these were sitting underneath here. So I couldn't fit them up here at all because of the radiator and the other weapon here. Alright. Back up out of here. Again, if you don't like the whole double radiator thing, just take this one out. And this will just be an open space, which I really don't like, but you could put another cross passage here. I don't like that open space. It's just, I don't know, something about it doesn't sit right. Throw the radiator in there. And here is the whole big old thing. This came out pretty well. I like it a lot. Now with these tile pinpoints, you can either attach them to the outside, which I didn't like because that left me with like this that I couldn't figure out what to do with. If I had duplicated this and dropped it there, just, I don't know, something about that, just, nah. I didn't like that too much, so there we go. Drop that back in there. And since they have 4 different attachment points here, and 1 more on the back here, they can kind of put them these pretty much anywhere. That's what I like about those. Anyway, we're gonna jump up out of here and take it to Serpentis. But we're gonna do a quick little walk around. If you struggle with getting around it, drives me nuts. They don't pop back out of it, you know.
Any adventure you can
Put
fly
another
away from.
treasure, dang it.
Is that how the saying goes?
Anyway, when you first load in, you're going to load in to the workshop. Here's our control station, Hope Tech. I don't know, something about this darkness I like. Alright, so looking through our porthole, there's our PBO-175 Autohelions. There's 2 of them there, and then there's 2 more on the wings. Well, you can't see them from here, but... Anyway, like everything I have is all dark mode. I don't like the bright mode at all. Drives me crazy. Hurts my eyes too. Anyway, Hope Tech Workshop. Funny part is they don't have a research station. So if you put in a Hope Tech Workshop, you have to put in a Hope Tech Science Lab. Right? What is this circle just chilling here? You see that? That's not a stain on the floor, like that's up in the air. That's weird. Anyway, down there, there's nothing but companionway, right? With our bottom docker attached to it. So there's nothing special about going down here. Now, normally if I had the cross passages, might be like one here, one there, or actually right here and here. That I can go to the other habs through there. I have like 2 different ways through the ship. But going up. Here's our first cross passage. There's our second. This one, remember, on that second level we have a companionway to our Hope Tech Engineering bay here.
Reading any good books lately?
Oh, gas canister? That's probably not a good idea. I'm gonna blow myself up. Keep going. Alright, so there's our... Whoa! There's our bottom docker, or, you know, docking passageway there. Docking bridge access, whatever. Come up through the... I almost said elevator. Come up the ladder. Gonna hang a right real quick. And here's our armory on the bottom. Or, yeah, on the top. There is our cockpit, so we're not going to go there yet. We drop down. Got some nice shelving, dark, cozy feeling. It's got like a dim light. This is our captain's quarters. Right? Normally, without this ladder here, and I think that's why I put the captain's quarters on the top, because the navigation console was here. But this ladder here takes it out. Back up. Alright, we're gonna go back through our armory. Run through here to our other cross passage. Boom. Here's our science lab.
What's happening, darling?
Right? If we go down our workshop, then we gotta come up to our science lab. We're gonna drop down here to our infirmary. Infirmary also has, I believe, a research station. Yeah, right here. So infirmary and science lab on top both have. That's kind of stupid because they both have pharmaceutical lab and research station. So I might change that out just because. Sam. Back up through here. Through our armory. Sure not to fall down into the captain's quarters. Even though I think captain's quarters should be... What the hell? Captain's quarters should be up here behind... Oh yeah, I didn't change or save my modifications, so... I'll swap this out later. I don't want to drive you all crazy. We're already at 34 minutes here. Out at seat. Look at that view. Alright, let's take off.
Liftoff looks good. All systems normal. Stay in orbit or jump. Your call.
Alright, our max speed here, well, without boosting. Look at that, 280. Now if I click left stick to boost, look at this, we're over 800, 900, into the thousands. 1,116 roughly. That's a fast ship. Alright, so we're gonna go to Serpentis and demo a little bit. My legs are starting to hurt, so I gotta get up and get a workout in. I'm sitting around, everything's starting to hurt. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Put that back in my shields here. That was a low level one. Now notice how this picks up speed a lot faster than my other builds. Love this. Nimble little thing. Let's see what other planets. Is there any hostile activity? Yes, there is. Yes. I noticed some of my other builds got dislikes, probably because you want to see me build these things from beginning to end, not just tear down. So, if that is something you're interested in, definitely shoot that down in the comments. You're gonna turn red? Oh, you're all low levels. What the heck?
Not escaping.
Oh.
Jump drive is offline.
You get some like 54s and 60s or something instead of low guys.
Shield arrow has been knocked offline.
Alright, let's go to another planet in the system. See if, I think this one up here, Serpentis. Legs are killing me. Grab them dumbbells, do some lunges and stuff like that. These legs hurt. Yeah, Serpentis, 6, I believe. VI is 6, IV would be 4. See if anything comes out at us. Oh, they're level 18? Oh, where's all the big guys? Oh, there's one. How quickly these things are just dropping like flies.
Smash their engines.
I want to find some more big dudes. Come on now. Serpentis. 2, 3, this, go to Serpentis 5D. Serpentis V-D, Serpentis 5D. I feel like this game just keeps getting louder and louder over me. Usually some decent ones out here. Around this system, I guess. They may not come out though.
Are you prepared to face judgment?
Little 14? Come on now. Thrust her around.
Enemy's grab drive has been disabled.
That's all that's here? No, I'm not playing on no BS difficulty here. Yeah, I'm playing on hard. Giving me all low-level enemies. It's kind of disappointing. Let's see, just float around Serpentis 5 maybe. I mean, kind of little level 18s and just meh. And this game is probably loud as hell over me. Starborn. I want some Starborn. Level 56. Even though you're probably not much of a challenge. Yeah, just broke them. Completely destroyed. Alright, well, not much excitement going on here, but I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this. Try to get you a good angle of this thing while we're here. Now, definitely let me know what you want to see in the comments. Oh, this is not a good angle. That's terrible. If you want to see it, just blast it out, torn down, and then built from scratch with the parts laying all over, or something like that. Just let me know. And again, if you liked the video, you enjoyed it, definitely drop a like and subscribe. I got quite a few more coming. I don't know about the duplication glitch, flip glitch builds. I did make one I call Hunter Eclipse, which pretty much has a grav drive reactor pushed into each other, and then has a Nova cowling that's in between two others that's flip glitched over so you can't really see them, and then two Stroud bracers attached to it. Well, if you want to see that, also let me know in the comments. And we'll go from there. But I still have to do the Marine Stealth. I have what did I call it? Lux Starliner. So it's not really a battleship, it has turrets on it, and it's mainly like Stroud 3x1 all in one berth, and 2x1 all in one berth, and living quarters. Modeled after like a luxury cruise liner. So I have a bunch of stuff here. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. We're at 42 minutes and jibber jabbered enough. But thank you all for taking the time to check this out, watching. All that engagement helps a lot. And I'll catch you all on the next one. All right, later.